Session is going to be, the speaker right here is Dr. Hemang Patel. Can we give a huge round of applause for the gentleman right there, ladies and gentlemen? एक बार आपकी huge round of applause में थोड़ा सा बता देती हूँ कि जोरदार वाली जो तालियां होती हैं ना, that is, and that maintains energy in the house. Well, on that note, I am going to be inviting our honorable speaker, Dr. Hemang Patel, with a PhD in material science, ladies and gentlemen. If we talk about, he has an experience over 12 years of the industry across various minerals and specialty chemical sector. He specializes in development nano oxide and others. And of course, when we talk about his career, he has a PhD career and contributed extensively to the national and international journals with his research publications. Ladies and gentlemen, on the stage, Dr. Hemang Patel.
Hello everyone, very good afternoon. I would like to thank you IPCA and sponsor for providing me very good facility for this presentation. And I hope all of you are feeling refreshed after lunch, because this is the time even strongest coffee loses its strength, isn't it? So in our paint industry, when we use word of extended, then one thing comes in mind, that it is utilized for the reduction of overall paint formulation. But believe me, this is an old story. So what about the new story? So in new story, these are the engineered additives which will be improve the rheological property, durability with cost optimization. So I'm looking forward to talking with you engineered additives for high performance paints, from rheology to durability with cost optimization. So these are the content of the today's presentation. So we have inorganic co-thickeners, white pigment opacifiers, sheen enhancer and gloss enhancer. Milglen is our series. Then we have engineered aluminum silicate, pulglen and hyperglen, hydrous kaolin and calcine kaolin. Then we have buff and grey color rutile TiO2 for the replacement of white TiO2 in color-based paint formulations. Then we have organic thickeners, Rheobend is series. Then we have matting agent based on the precipitated silica, fume silica and natural diatomaceous earth-based silica. Then we have anti-corrosive pigment. So recently we have developed Hyperlight TST Plus, which has ability to replace completely zinc phosphate for anti-corrosive paint formulation. And then we have wax and wax additives. So I will start with rheological additive. Our series is hydroxygel. And believe me that single drops determine the overall quality of paint, and it will provide the opacity, sagging and leveling index. So how it will provide? So this is my beautiful slide. So you can see water, it follows the Newtonian law, while in case of toothpaste, cream, even ketchup, they follow non-Newtonian law. So for Newtonian, there is a water, ethanol, benzene, kerosene, etc. And for non-Newtonian, there is a bentonite suspension, montmorillonite, kaolins, HEC, SCMC, organic thickeners, and many more. So if you applied shear stress, then it will change its viscosity. In case of water, if you applied shear, its viscosity does not change. So as a paint manufacturer, you have to combine water, and this means Newtonian and non-Newtonian mixer. By this way, you can able to achieve the desired viscosity of your paint formulations. So we have three grades at present. So I will more discuss about the hydroxygel A1, because it has ability to completely replace 50% hydroxyethyl cellulose in your water-based formulation. Everything around us, they are formed by the tiny particles called the molecules. So these molecules are stronger and they are called cohesive force. Now this cohesive force depend on the three factors. One is very good hydrogen bonding, then van der Waals force of attraction, and dipole or interdipole bond between the two atoms. Now, if my material is highly viscous, then for it, it is very difficult for their particles to move around each other. And for my material is very viscous, less viscous, then for their particle it is very easy to go on and on. So by this way, one can decide or one can formulate the rheological property of their paint formulations. So basically it is a bentonite structure, it is a hexagonal plate, you can see over here, and between two plates we have the technology to increase the distance between the two particles. And by this way, if you can able to increase the distance between two particles, then it will be easy for you to utilize in your water-based paint formulations. So you can see over here how that particles move very fastly on each other. So hydroxygel A1. So you can see we have prepared a 2% gel of HEC and 2% gel of hydroxygel A1. So you can see over here, HEC, it is a very good gel. It has a viscosity of 2% is 38,700 centipoise. While in case of A1, it is a opaque gel and its viscosity is around greater than equal to 7 lakh centipoise. So it has a very high viscosity. So we have prepared one low PVC paint. You can see the percentage pigment volume concentration is 29%. And we have replaced 50% hydroxyethyl cellulose using hydroxygel A1. And after preparation of paint, we have diluted 30% with the water. And we have checked the sagging index. What we have observed? We have observed the same sagging index with the HEC. So by this way, one can able to achieve 20% cost saving on these paint formulations. And similarly, we have prepared a mid PVC paint. And similarly, in mid PVC paint, we have replaced 50%. And we have observed the comparative result with the HEC. And we have very good paint lab. And our R&D center is approved by DSIR, Department of Science and Industrial Research. So before providing any grade to customer, we first do replicate in our paint application lab, and then we provide our grade to customers. And also we have prepared one texture paint. In rustic texture paint, we have completely replaced HEC, and you can see flow is equivalent to the HEC. So by this way, you can replace 100% and one can observe the cost saving. So this hydroxygel, it provides cost effectiveness and very good anti-sagging properties in your water-based paint formulations. We have hydroxygel A4W. In this, we have utilized the bentonite material, but after the exfoliation, we have modified with the certain additives. And we have considered the MHEC because MHEC, it provides very good bonding effect as well as open time. So by considering the all parameter, we have developed this hydroxygel A4W. And in wall putty, we have replaced 50% of MHEC. And after that, we have checked its chalking effect in drying as well as in wet condition. And we have not observed any chalking effect. So it is also very good product for the replacement of MHEC. Now another series, it is a LC series. So we do prepare our LC series, white pigment opacifier, which is basically works as a titanium replacement or TiO2 replacement partially. So we do coating of the TiO2 and the calcium carbonate. So how we do coating and how we measure the particle size. So this is a very beautiful video. So we have a laser diffraction, dynamic light scattering. So when your material it is in paint and it is in suspension form, they are continuously vibrated. So due to the vibration, it is called Brownian motion. So we have the technology using certain additives. You can not completely stop that Brownian motion, but you can little bit cope up with that Brownian motion. So this technique, it is a DLS technique, ELS and SLS technique. Dynamic light scattering, electrophotic light scattering, which gives the zeta potential value of your materials. And static light scattering, it gives the particle size distribution. So we correlate all things and create a grade which will be helpful or which will be more benefited in terms of the TiO2 replacement without hampering any sheen or gloss data. And they are continuously taking this data. You can see over here, these are the particles and a laser is continuously on. So by this way, we generate or we develop the LC series. So for water-based paint, we have LC1465, LC80 and LC460. So all we prepared by co-precipitation of calcium with the titanium chloride. And you can see the particles, average particle size, D50, it is around 300 nanometer to 1200 nanometer. So very fine particle size. And you can see I have mentioned how much the replacement of TiO2 with respect to percentage pigment volume concentration. Now question rise. I will explain this slide in Hindi, so it will be better understand for you. So customer rise, डॉक्टर ये टेक्निकल तो सब ठीक है, बराबर है, लेकिन मैं क्या करता हूँ, मैं TiO2 पाउडर लेता हूँ, कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट लेता हूँ, दोनों को मिक्स कर देता हूँ, तो वो इक्वली रिजल्ट देता है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है, it will not give any equally result. Why? Because no one has considered the specific gravity. TiO2 has a high specific gravity and calcium carbonate has low specific gravity. उसमें ऐसा है कि दो हाथी के बीच में आपने एक रैबिट को बिठा दिया, तो वो कैसे रिजल्ट देगा? अप टू सर्टेन टाइम वो आपको रिजल्ट देगा, उसके बाद वो ओपेसिटी या ग्लॉस के ऊपर इफेक्ट करेगा ही करेगा. सो दिस इज द केस. You can see this red are the TiO2 you can consider, and these yellow are the calcium carbonate. If you mix, I have provided two lasers. It is correlated to van der Waals force. You can see green laser, they fall down, it fall down from the wall. While in case of our LC series, we use the rotor-stator technique in co-precipitation technique. So you will get the particles, desired particles and particle size distribution in a uniform way. And we have the reactor at our plant location. So by this way, we develop this LC series. Also, we check its particle size. So particle size, scanning electron micrograph and then transmission electron micrograph. So what is the particle size? Single particle size looks like nearly spherical, and its primary particle size around 200 to 400 nanometers. And also we do the mapping of analysis. So you can see, you will not observe any white color. It means it is coated with the TiO2. Similarly, for the solvent-based system, we have lithomer tox. It is a co-precipitation of barium titanium chloride with the acid, and it has ability to replace up to 15% TiO2 in your solvent-based paint formulations. So overall, this LC series, it works very good for the partial replacement of TiO2, and it is a cost-effective grades. Then we have calcium carbonate. So as in 20 microns, we do dry grinding and wet grindings. So in dry grinding, we can able to achieve the D50 particle size around 1.5 to 2 microns. While in case of wet grinding, we can able to achieve the D50 around 600 to 1000 nanometer. But what is the importance? If your surface particles, is there any micro defects or nano defects, it will not give you any gloss. So what you have to do, or we have to do, we have to make it a smooth particle size or smooth surface. And after utilizing in your paint formulation, it gives you specular reflections. You can see the scanning micrograph of the calcium carbonate 4 are the different, and you will see the surface defect also. But in case of this calcium carbonate, it is a very smooth structure. And recently we have procured one calcium carbonate mine from the Malaysia, and we are getting this type of very good surface from it. If you micronize this material and utilize in your paint formulation, it drastically increase the sheen property and gloss property in your paint formulations. What we concentrate, particle size distribution should be narrow. And we have prepared one paint formulation. One is the regular calcium carbonate, which has particle size around 2 to 3 microns, then conventional and milk gland. You can see from sheen value 16 to drastically increase the 49, as well as opacity is also increase 1 to 2 units. So it is a very good grade. And also you can design your own paint formulations. Using the regular calcium carbonate, we have observed the sheen value 25. Using milk gland, we have observed 71 sheen value. So you can design that I have to prepare a paint which has a desired sheen value around 50 to 55. Then you can utilize by this way and create your own paint formulations. And also for the solvent-based enamel paint, what we have do, we have replaced 20 and 30% TiO2, but we have introduced lithomer tox and milk gland. So by this way, 12% cost saving observed on the 20% TiO2 replacement, and 18% cost saving is observed with the 30% replacement of the TiO2. So by this way, you can design your paint formulations. Now we have our own mines at site at Bhuj location, and this is the exact plant we have at Bhuj location. So I have taken this video from the YouTube. So what this raw material kaolin is come to our plant. So we do mix with the water and certain additives. And after mixing with the water and certain additives, we kept that slurry in certain tanks or certain sumps. And after that, it contains lots of silica. So it will settle down and we collect the softer portion of the kaolin. And after that, we have the 5 Tesla magnet and at our unit, Bhuj location. And this 5 Tesla magnet works at minus 260 degrees Celsius under helium atmosphere. And it has ability to remove iron and magnetic, paramagnetic impurities. So it will create a whiter tone of the kaolin. So I will just skip this video. So Pearl you can see its average particle size around 150 to 350 nanometer, very fine particle size. And for high gloss paint, you can utilize this. Definitely it will gives you results. And you can see its undertone is very low compared to the conventional one. Another is hyperglan. So basically, calcine kaolin gives you the satin effect or matte finish, but we have developed this hyperglan which gives you the glossy finish in your paint formulations. So what we have done, because we are continuously providing our calcine material to the industries, but this is the one grade, and in this grade we have done systematic cooling. After calcination, we have performed systematic cooling of the particles, and we have attached the SCADA system. So from this SCADA system, we are continuously getting the data of the particles, and by this way we have designed this hyperglan. So you can see it has a particle size, average particle size 400 to 700 nanometer, very fine particle size. And we have designed one very good experiment. So we have what we have done, standard opaque polymer with the hyperglan, we have prepared a paint. Then standard with opaque polymer and Glazex 90. Glazex 90 is also our grade. And then we have replaced the opaque polymer and hyperglan. So by this way, we have observed very good opacity parameter as well as the sheen properties. And also we have replaced 5%, 10% and 15% TiO2 with the replacement of the opaque polymer. So we have observed the very good results using the hyperglan. Now we have buff and grey color rutile TiO2. So these are the inorganic material, and you can see we have the various very good shade. And I have provided dry powder panel and wet powder panel over here. And these are the opacity data, extended raw down, and these are the opacity value. So using this, you can save 12 to 30% cost on the golden brown color and 8 to 9% cost saving on blue shade. And similarly, we have gray shade. You can see dry powder panel and wet powder panel, and we have observed 11 to 12% cost saving on smoke gray shade and 100% cost saving on carbon black. So by this way, you can design your own experiment and you replace the white TiO2. So it will gives you cost benefit. And these are the inorganic materials and they are combined easily compatible with the resin systems. We have the Rheoband series. Now there is a one beautiful video of it, how it will work. Because bentonite, it has a negative surface charge and it is in nanoform. You can see it, one side is the in below 100 nanometer. So now this negative charge will be balanced by the positive charge. So what customer they are certain, for exfoliation they use the sodium ion, either calcium ions. So sodium atom has ability to make your clay particles in a suspension form, and it has ability to capture the water. So you can see sodium is the monovalent cation and calcium is the divalent. Calcium comes bentonite plates together. So you have to decide that how you are going to make organoclay using this. So recently we have developed this Rheoband IC. So, okay sir, okay sir. So this Rheoband IC, it is a easily dispersible clay and you can utilize in your aromatic and aliphatic solvent based systems. It will give very good properties in terms of the rheology. And these are the certain data. So due to limited time, I will just skip. And also we have certain gates like Rheoband 3452, 38 and Rheoband SD. Recently we have developed this Hyperlight EST Plus. So it completely replaced the zinc phosphate. So what is the basic mechanism? That is a plate aspect ratio. So we do calcine this kaolin in such a way that its aspect ratio has been maintained. So you can see over here, after that we do the sealant treatment, and if my kaolin hexagonal petty structure is aligned parallel to the film, then it will definitely replaces the zinc phosphate and protect your surface. So I will just skip and I will come with the 100% zinc phosphate replacement. You can see over here that we have taken in standard 8% and using Hyperlight EST Plus we have taken. So it gives the 900 hours, while as such salt spray study using the zinc phosphate it gives the 800 hours. Then we have the silica precipitated base, fume silica base, and it gives you rheological property, viscosity control and matic effect. So I will just skip these slides. And then we have wax emulsions. So we have polyethylene wax, Fischer top wax, EBO wax. It is in powder form, and emulsion in case of oxidized polyethylene wax and paraffin wax. So we provide our minerals and functional additives in terms of it improves the rheological properties, durability as well as cost effectiveness, and some of them are 100% natural and they are the cost effectiveness. Now if you have any question you can ask me. Thank you.